moviegoers, I'm the host of Midnight Movie Madness, and tonight we'll be taking a look at the latest film in the X-Men franchise, the Wolverine. But since I've already talked a little bit about the previous X-Men movies in my review of X-Men First Class, I won't bore you with too much detail or backstory. So instead, let's just dive right into the new film and see how well it compares. The story takes place a couple of years after the events of the third film in the series, X-Men The Last Stand, and we find Wolverine, also known as Logan, and played once again by Hugh Jackman, has now left the X-Men group because of the grief bestowed upon him after killing the love of his life, Jean Grey, so now he's practically walking the earth.
What you mean walk the earth? You know, like Kane in Kung Fu.
Or in this case, John Rambo from First Blood.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Logan is then contacted by a dying man he saved during World War II, who wishes to repay him by giving him a life of a mortal man, possibly putting an end to his suffering. But foul play is afoot, and Logan is tasked to protect the old man's granddaughter from evil forces, while also trying to figure out why he's suddenly not healing anymore. Ever since he first put on the pecs and claws, Hugh Jackman always wanted to do an adaptation of the Silver Samurai comics, and after 13 years and one awful origin story later, he finally got his wish. But at a certain price. Early on during pre-production of The Wolverine, the film was initially going to be directed by Black Swan director Darren Aronofsky. Boy, wouldn't that have been a weird film. But sadly, it wasn't meant to be. Aronofsky had left the project for personal reasons, and the director's chair was then given to James Mangold, whose credits include such hits like Walk the Line and 3:10 to Yuma. While the story they tell here is a million times better than that complete crapfest that was X-Men Origins, it still has a few hiccups here and there.
Example.
Well, to put it quite frankly, I thought the villains were pretty weak and underdeveloped, primarily the character known as Viper. I don't know, every time she was on screen, I got a little Poison Ivy vibe from her.
I'll help you grab your rocks.
Okay, maybe not that bad, but still, it could have been better. I also thought the love interest was rather bland and uninteresting. There are points in the movie where they do try to give a little backstory and develop the character, which is fine and all, but it honestly puts the film on a hold when most of us just want to see Wolverine slice some ninjas. And lastly, the 3D just didn't show any improvements. So with all that said, is there anything remotely good in the Wolverine? You bet your freaking ass there is. The film manages to feature some pretty incredible action set pieces, including one on top of a speeding bullet train. It's almost like Wolverine invaded the first Mission Impossible movie. We also get a new character named Yukio who kinda sucks at predicting the future, but makes up for it by kicking a ton of ass. And for the ladies out there, yep, totally for the ladies. So in the end, The Wolverine is a pretty awesome standalone movie with great action and some intriguing insights to the main character. While it is a heavily flawed film, its moments of near greatness are hard to ignore, and that is why I'm giving this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Now with that said, our show is now concluded. I'm the host, and I will see you next time on another Midnight Movie Madness.